In the heart of a modern, bustling city, Emily's parents had gone out for the weekend, leaving her in charge of the apartment. It was the year 2022, and the night held the promise of virtual reality games, online videos, and streaming services that would keep her and her friends entertained well into the early hours. As the teenagers gathered, they all seemed absorbed into their own virtual worlds, the glow of their screens casting an eerie light on their faces. But Emily, the host, had other plans in mind. She had heard stories of an eerie phenomenon on a virtual reality game she recently started playing, one that involved summoning a spectral presence. With mischievous excitement, she began recounting the tale to her friends. It was said that when the clock struck midnight and a certain combination of actions were performed in the game, a dark entity would manifest in the real world, visible only through the virtual reality headset. The friends chuckled, thinking it was just another creepy internet rumor, but Emily insisted they try it. After ordering pizza and playing a few rounds of their favorite game, the clock approached midnight. Emily, with her friends watching skeptically, initiated the ritual in the game. The apartment's lights dimmed automatically to set the mood, and the room was bathed in an eerie, dim glow. The air seemed to chill, but the friends brushed it off as an effect of the air conditioning. As they followed the instructions in the game, an ominous silence filled the room. Emily, wearing the virtual reality headset, reported a growing unease. Her friends exchanged nervous glances, trying to hide their fear, but nothing appeared to be happening. Then, the clock struck midnight. The room darkened further, the shadows deepening to an inky blackness that swallowed everything. Emily, still in the virtual world, began screaming. Her friends couldn't see what she was experiencing, but her cries of terror were enough to send shivers down their spines. Her body convulsed, limbs flailing as if caught in a nightmarish trance. Her friends struggled to remove the headset, but it seemed fused to her face. Finally, with a sickening snap, they managed to tear it away. Emily's eyes were wide with horror, her body frozen and cold. Something was horribly wrong. Emily's gaze was fixated on a dark, invisible presence in the room. Her voice was a broken whisper as she muttered incoherent phrases, and her body contorted in unnatural ways. Her friends watched in sheer terror as the living room transformed into a chaotic battlefield of spectral energies. The apparition, glimpsed only through the virtual reality headset, seemed to manifest in the real world, an entity far darker and more malevolent than any they could have imagined. It was as if a portal had opened, allowing the sinister presence to cross into their reality. In a final, horrifying act, Emily's body was lifted off the ground, suspended in midair, her limbs splayed in an unnatural fashion. Her friends, paralyzed by fear, could only watch as the dark entity seemed to consume her essence. With an agonized scream that echoed through the apartment, she was pulled inside the virtual world, leaving her physical body lifeless on the floor. As the sun rose over the city, the apartment stood in an eerie silence, a place where the boundaries between reality and the virtual had blurred, leaving a lingering horror that would haunt those who had witnessed the unthinkable.